back at UTMC with Dr. Paul Rega, who is an expert in emergency medicine. And today we're talking about something that's very common, the common cold. What can people do this time of year to try to avoid this annoyance?
If somebody's in your house who's got the sniffles and has got the little sneeze and all that sort of business, it's basically what you do normally. It's like stay away, make sure that their stuff does not contaminate your stuff. Wash your hands frequently, keep the windows open, make sure you have plenty of exercise, maintain your immune system, make sure that they don't go downhill, and that's about all you can do.
How do we maintain our immune system?
Well, a proper diet, proper rest, proper exercise, you're in great shape.
Okay, the basics of living well.
Exactly. I mean, what we learned from H1N1 should carry you through the basic colds.
Okay. Well, hand washing, of course, is important, but so often people have to make the decision, do I send my child to school? Do I go to work with my cold? What do you tell people?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with what your work environment is and how liberal, I guess, your employer is as far as that is concerned. So it's hard for me to say that because it's you know, you really have to. It really depends on what you know, your workplace, your state of health, and also what the employer expects of you. But for the most part, a lot of people will go to work with the cold and manage. And what they'll do basically is try to protect themselves. You know, with washing their hands with the sterilizer and making sure that they don't contaminate other people. You can do these things. Okay, people have survived and people have been able to work in the past with colds.
So do we have any medications that are effective?
Again, that's on an individual basis. But basically, you know, your routine cough and cold medications, make sure you follow the instructions. Over-the-counter stuff, would not you automatically go with antibiotics because that's not for the cold.
That's only when you get a secondary infection after
a bacterial infection, exactly. And I wouldn't go with the antivirals that we were talking about because they, can cause resistance, increased resistance. So I would not automatically go that route. You want to save that. You want to save your big guns for the bad diseases, not for your common cold.
What about supplements like vitamin C or echinacea that have been popular over the years? Do you see any effectiveness there?
Well, it's interesting you say that because it depends. If you are an herbalist and you are into homeopathic medicine, this is the greatest thing since God invented sliced bread. And if you're not, you're a traditionalist, you say there are no proven studies to indicate that's going to be effective or not. So it depends on where what your philosophy is. Okay, from my standpoint, I look at the literature. And I have a healthy skepticism for that material, that stuff, because we've been using those things in one form or another before traditional medicine was even invented. So I go along with a number of those things.
Okay, we'll keep healthy and keep washing our hands. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Paul Rega, with advice on the common cold from UTMC. That is tonight's Talk Back.